Coming up on FSL, an NBA star is heading back home. We'll have reactions to his signing. And Achilles tears are on the rise in the NBA. We will compare how two stars fared in their returns and spotlight another who is rehabbing the injury. With the baseball all-star break over, one team in the West looks to keep riding its 2-game win streak after a slew of losses. And we'll have the MLB's worst of the worst. All of this next on FSL.
Welcome to Full Sail Live. I'm Greg Andrews, and he is Joby Clark. Damian Lillard tore his Achilles on April 27th. He was waived by the Milwaukee Bucks on July 7th.
After just 10 days of not being on an NBA roster, he signed a deal with the team that drafted him.
Lillard signed a 3-year, $42 million deal to head back to Portland. It is a bittersweet deal for the Blazers, as the 9-time All-Star will not see the hardwood for the next year until the 26-27 season, as he will be recovering from his surgery on his torn Achilles. For Dame, it's a glass-half-full mindset. He will earn a combined $70 million next year between contracts with Portland and Milwaukee as he stays off the court and rehabs his injury. In the next 2 years, he'll earn a combined $141 million. But this was more than just about money for Lillard.
To be in Portland, back home with his 3 young kids, that was by far the most important factor, I was told, in his return to the Trailblazers.
Reactions poured in about the Lillard signing. Hall of Famer Dwayne Wade reacted on X with Dame Dollar, back where he should be. Trailblazers got it right. And even U.S. Senator Ron Wyden from Oregon says, it's about Dame time.
Kobe Bryant, Kevin Durant, and Damian Lillard, they all share one thing in common, and that's a torn Achilles. Now, how they played after that injury, very different stories for the first 2 players, but for Lillard, that remains to be seen. Kobe Bryant's career declined after he tore his Achilles. He only played 2 seasons after the injury, and his points per season and shooting percentage both dropped, and his explosiveness completely disappeared. When Kevin Durant returned from his injury, he flourished and continues to do so 6 years later. Damian Lillard will miss this season so he can hopefully rehabilitate his Achilles, and what remains to be seen is what type of player will come back and for how long.
Less game utilization, they had a reduced production, reduced performance, which we measured with the PER, the player efficiency rating. When we compared them to healthy controls, we really only saw that reduction in the first year. Players with Achilles tendon injuries did play less overall seasons after they returned from surgery than the healthy controls.
Bryant's field goal percentage and average points per game went down after his injury. KD's playing time did diminish, but his numbers actually improved. And for Lillard, it'll be a year of rehab until he knows if his return will be like Bryant's or Durant's.
After the break, the Dodgers' bats and bullpen have disappeared in recent weeks. Will they finally start clicking against the Brewers? And it's the worst of the worst for the first half of the baseball season. We'll be right back.
The All-Star break is over and baseball is officially back.
As the National League West first-place Dodgers did battle with the second-place Milwaukee Brewers,
who were looking to gain ground on the NL Central leading Cubs.
Throw a lot of quality pitches with their entire pitch mix. This guy was good tonight.
The guy Dave's talking about, Quinn Priester, and after this referred to him as the man. Bottom of the first inning, and it looks like a bunch of noobs playing Fruit Ninja, just swinging and missing. Maybe he should have been throwing watermelons. Now, to the bottom of the second, how about some defense? William Contreras with one of the best plays you'll ever see a catcher make. Let's watch it again in slow-mo. And he slides up against the netting and makes the catch, with the ball nearly hitting the net. Great play. Now, to the bottom of the fifth, striking out the side in the first and the fifth, he'd have 10 strikeouts and no walks over 6 innings, 1 strikeout shy of his career high.
Out away from getting through 7. And look at Quinn Priester absolutely carving up the Rockies today. His 11th strikeout of the afternoon. He is through 7 shutout innings here today in Milwaukee.
1-0 Brewers, Caleb Durbin at the dish, and he drives a frozen rope to center and over the wall. 2-0 Brewers, Durbin hulking up, let's go! And that would be all the runs the Brewers would need, as they would hand the Dodgers their 8th loss in the last 10 games, extending their win streak to 8 straight.
usually you see the best of baseball, right?
Not on this show.
We're here to show you the worst of the first half of Major League Baseball.
And man, is it ugly.
Cirque du Soleil was in town in Toronto, and, well, I think they're having grasshoppers throw out the first pitch, and but not a bad throw, actually. Yeah, bravo, well done.
Now, the worst in tarp roll. On April 26th, the Washington Nationals ground crew put on an absolute clinic. Bottom of the first, and man down! Man down! him. The groundskeeper wouldn't have anything but his pride hurt. Jeff McNeil's reaction pretty much says it all.
And Juan Soto returned to Yankee Stadium, and yep, the warm New York reception for him coming back home.
Baltimore up 2-0. Jared ran at the plate, and he puts the bada booming one over the right center field fence, and the fans actually come out of hiding into the rain to celebrate. Is this some random fan that snuck in a half gallon of milk? No, he's got his Indy 500 shirt on. He's celebrating like he just won the race. Greg, how about some actual baseball highlights?
Yeah, how about some actual
Yeah, but nobody
baseball
said it was
highlights?
good baseball. Chase Meadrith from the White Sox, oof. To add insult to injury, they lose on a walk-off 4-3.
On the next episode of Full Sail Live.
The WNBA All-Star Game is in the books with league TV ratings up 23% across the board and attendance up by 13%.
And Caitlin Clark, well, she was the leading vote getter with 1.3 million votes, and she missed the event with a groin injury. We'll look at how her absence on the court affected the event. This is all on the next episode of FSL.
Thank you for joining us.
And have a wonderful evening.